done, everybody? It's your boy, that guy Mile High, to the back in front of the reaction. This time we got one of those with tops or WA top, however you say it. Shout out to them. This one's called Evolution Laughed at Elephants, but they laughed last. Yeah, we're gonna see what that's about. I saw the thumbnail and it's legit like an elephant with his trunk and another elephant's butt, and I was like, why? I have to understand why. Like, what is going on here? Like, why is this elephant violating this other elephant? Like, what kind of evolution nonsense is this? So, yeah, we're going to figure this out together. Let's give a big shout out to all the members, and then we're going to jump in this video, man. We got Taylor, Shauna, Trey420, Driver Thoughts, Kara, Neek, Dwayne, Nick, Dave, Hollaboy, Happy Chick, Wild Turkey, Jamal, Netcoach, Lynn Willow, Epic Service, Misty, Ryan, Sam, Keith, Manly, Funny Farm, Holla Girl, Diesel, Creatively Insane, Nicole, Aaron, Mama Dukes, Robin Lynn, Amy Jane Doe, Liz Nugget, My Hood Life, and Gary Willis. Gang, 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 you dig what I'm saying? If you want to join these amazing individuals, make sure y'all first hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. And if you've done that already, or just did it, it's okay. Then you got the option to hit the join button. You know what I'm saying? And if you decide to hit the join button, you got 3 different options to choose from. You're gonna get shout outs in all the lives and the videos. You're gonna take advantage of some other perks and whatnot. And things gonna be real litty up in this city. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like that. Anyways, man, let's jump into this video and see what's going on with the elephants. So let's go.
Sometimes kids eat pretty weird.
WA top. We are top. That's what it is. Okay.
For example, apples that aren't ripe. They may wash down candies with soda. They can eat ants or sand. Though an unusual diet of baby elephants isn't a way of understanding the world because they eat feces. Most often this happens when the animal is transitioning from drinking milk to solid.
That's gross, but like for nature, like nature does weird things. Like, cause even dogs, like some dogs will eat their own shit. Like let's say they poop in the house and they don't want to get in trouble for it or whatever. Some dogs will just like naturally try to clean it up by just getting rid of the evidence by eating it. Some dogs that's just their thing. They just like shit. Like that's just, some dogs are just weird. But there's a lot of animals. We got whole beetles called the dung beetle. That's what they do. They mate and bring balls of poo around to show off to their significant others and shit. Like, it's weird. Anyways, let's go.
Food. And it's not like the elephants are confused or something like that. This is a vital, conscious choice. Along with feces, they receive the much-needed bacteria that help them digest plants. All because the elephants get a sterile stomach when they're born, and without these bacteria, they simply can't get nutrients from plants. The same bacteria, by the way, are required to strengthen the immune system. Employees who take care of orphan baby elephants have to find and collect fresh elephant dung every morning in order to feed it to the baby elephant. It doesn't sound like the best job ever, and the dung isn't the nicest main course, but don't worry, baby elephants are fine. It's not like people are having a hard time finding elephant dung. An adult elephant can produce up to 220 pounds of dung per day. Elephants defecate between 12 and 15 times a day. That is, it's almost impossible to miss this. But if you think that eating feces is some kind of elephant shtick, then you're wrong.
I know
Many young animals do it, including elephants, rhinos, hippos, warthogs, as well as pandas and koalas.
I didn't know that.
This phenomenon is called coprophagia. And since I mentioned koalas, I should cover them in more detail, because it was koalas that brought feeding their cubs with feces to some entirely new level. These adorable animals live in eucalyptus forests and feed mainly on eucalyptus leaves. But you can't just switch to a leaf diet, even if all your ancestors have been eating eucalyptus for centuries. You need to prepare. When a baby koala turns 6 months old, its mother's body begins to produce a special treat, a fecal mass made from semi-digested eucalyptus leaves and a variety of symbiotic bacteria. This is not exactly dung, more like its earlier form. We don't know how baby koalas feel when they have to eat this stuff. However, bacteria-enriched mass provides an additional source of protein, which accelerates the growth of cubs and helps them transition from mother's milk to eucalyptus.
Like,
the fecal...
I get it. Like, it's nature. It's necessary. There's a purpose. It's just so gross, though.
Period lasts about a month, after which the koala mom no longer produces this mass.
Like a real shitty situation.
And if I were a koala cub, I'd be quite happy about this. Penguins also have a peculiar use for their feces. They use them to melt snow, and quite effectively. I wouldn't be surprised if one day I found out that penguins are the ones responsible for global warming. It's very simple. Penguins live in the middle of a white snowy plain and poop right where they live. Their guano changes the amount of heat and light absorbed by the snow. Eventually, the snow becomes darker, which means it melts faster, so the penguins get a clean nesting place where healthy offspring can be raised. Well, not exactly clean. Actually, it's quite dirty, but warm.
That is so crazy. Like, oh, let's melt the snow.
To melt the snow, the penguins don't need to put up much effort. Just like the elephants, these birds are champs at producing poop, at least when it comes to distance. If projectile pooping was an Olympic sport, the penguins would definitely win gold medals. Scientists estimated that penguins can squirt arcing jets of poop at a distance almost twice the length of their own body.
Damn.
They generate enough energy to send fecal projectiles flying at nearly 5 miles per hour, landing up to 53 inches away from the penguin itself. Okay, I suggest we talk about something more
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Let's projectile shit. Okay.
than feces. For example, about dolphins and rays. Both love having octopuses for lunch. They're tasty, nutritious, and actually can almost be considered a delicacy. However, octopuses are quite difficult to spot in the tall seagrass, unless, of course, you're a ray. Rays swim above the seagrass in search of octopuses, and dolphins follow them, waiting for the right moment. In the end, the stingray scares the prey away, but doesn't have time to grab it, because this is what the agile dolphin does. It's always like that with group projects. One person does all the work and the other gets all the credit. But it's entirely pointless to blame dolphins for cheating, because in the wild, everything works like this. If you get your own food by spending as little energy as you can, great job. Evolution's happy with you. Wolves, for example, have learned to eat berries for that purpose. The research published in the Wildlife Society Bulletin suggests wild blueberries could be a valuable food source for wolves. What's more, it can make up to 83% of the July diet of the wolf packs that live in and around Voyageurs National Park. That's where the research was done. In the summer, there are a lot of blueberries, so it's easy to get them. Just sit on the berry patch and eat, instead of running through the forest chasing some deer or beaver. Wolves also give blueberries to their pups when they can't get them anything with meat in it. Unfortunately, blueberries are low in calories, though they are high in antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin K, and fiber. All this may well support the immune system and give wolf pups a good start in life. The mortality rate of wolf pups is between 30 and 60%. Usually predators and diseases are to blame for that. Of course, blueberries won't help against predators, but they will help against diseases. Wolves are actually quite good at everything related to survival and adaptation. For example, they can adapt to life near the water. It would seem, what's the problem here? Here is water with fish in it. Just grab and eat it. But even our ancestors who once settled near water bodies took quite a while before they learned to catch fish and not just collect everything they'd find on the shore. The Vancouver coastal sea wolf is a unique wolf subspecies that's genetically different from any other wolf. These predators live on islands within the Pacific Northwest coast of North America. According to estimates, there are fewer than 180 wolves living on Vancouver Island, and they all swim like fish. Seriously, these wolves can swim for miles. Once upon a time, scientists believed that this is how these predators get to new hunting grounds. But then they found out that wolves eat seafood. The main food source of the Vancouver coastal sea wolf is seafood, which makes up 90% of its diet. Salmon makes up about 25%. They also feed on barnacles, clams, herring roe, seals, river otters, and whale carcasses. These wolves are not sedentary, and many of them migrate through the archipelago, swimming from island to island throughout the year. Sometimes they follow the salmon, and sometimes they just swim wherever they want. While wolves learned to find new food sources, tree frogs came up with a new way to protect themselves from predators. Actually, when you're a frog, you don't have that many options. You either run away quickly, get stealthy, or be very poisonous. The Panama cross-banded tree frogs weren't lucky enough to get poisoned. They also can't hide all the time. Frogs need to breed, and attracting a mate depends on mating calls. The thing is, the loud voice of the frogs attracts predators as well. But the frogs found a solution. They synchronize their mating calls almost perfectly with the calls of their relatives. This is how they create an auditory illusion and hide their sounds from predators who simply can't understand where the food is. Scientists have confirmed if frogs sing out of sync with each other, they become someone's dinner more often. At the same time, females of this species have learned to see through the illusion. They're equally interested in all voices in a choir. Damselfish have chosen a different path. They scream at predators to scare them away.
What do you mean?
Well, not exactly scream. It's quite difficult to scream when you're a fish. However, having sustained damage to the skin from the predator's teeth, damselfish release a special chemical distress signal. Roughly the same thing happens on land. For example, as soon as one bird starts to sound an alarm, the whole flock takes off and avoids the predator. However, biologists have found that damselfish follow a completely different logic. Their distress signal is not aimed at saving other fish. It helps the attacked individual to survive because it attracts other predators. Seems like this hardly makes any sense.
Yeah, wait.
Because the more predators, the less chance for survival the prey gets. But in real life, the odds of
But I think the whole purpose is to basically get the fucking big fish to fight amongst themselves, trying to like basically show dominance on who's gonna get the little fish. You know, who's gonna actually get to eat the fish.
Fish escaping and hiding increase by as much as 40%. All because several predators try to lay their claim on the prey, push, and confuse each other. Escaping in such conditions is much easier. While the methods of defending against predators still seem to be something natural for wildlife, then animals inventing tools come as a total surprise. For example, the greater Vasa parrots learned how to make primitive grindstones. They use specially shaped pebbles or date pits to crush and grind mollusk shells. Parrots need shells as a source of calcium, so they're especially active in crushing them during the nesting period when they need to lay eggs. The shells, as such, are actually useless to the birds. They're too large for parrots to swallow them. The calcium-rich material that covers these shells is a different matter. Parrots have learned to grind it down and then lick the pebbles. Seems to me that this takes a lot of effort, but it's clearly worth it. In addition, parrots have enough strength to waste. Hammerhead sharks are a different matter. Biologists have found that they swim sideways most of the time. This certainly doesn't help them track down prey.
Eyeballs?
Moreover, it even prevents them from doing this, but it allows them to conserve energy. I won't go into detailed calculations and formulas. Let me just say that, according to scientists, swimming sideways helps save up to 8% of energy. And this is quite a lot when you have to swim for long distances. Also, I think that the shark will easily switch from relax mode to attack mode as soon as it has to. After all, the ocean is a dangerous place. You can't just chill there, rocking on the waves, especially if you're small, which is why newborn dolphins and killer whales, along with their mothers, are used to not sleeping for a whole month. Adult cetaceans sleep 5 to 8 hours a day, either floating on the surface or lying on the bottom. But these are adults who can stand up for themselves. Scientists have established that for newborns and their mothers, long insomnia is completely normal. Their stress level was normal. This means their bodies have somehow adapted to the lack of sleep in an incredible way. I wish I could do that too.
That's crazy.
Imagine how much stuff you could do.
Right.
So far, researchers don't understand exactly how killer whales and dolphins manage to do this, but they're definitely always on the move. This reduces the risk of meeting predators and helps maintain body temperature until the babies gain more mass and fat. Insomnia also allows them to surface frequently to breathe, and this helps their body and brain develop. Compared to all these adaptations to challenging life in the wild, you should expect something truly special from primates, and they didn't disappoint. Meet the Samango monkey. This species lives between Ethiopia and South Africa. The researchers studied the way monkeys studied them. In particular, they compared the behavior of monkeys when people were and were not hanging around. Not only did the monkeys behave differently, they also learned to take advantage of the presence of researchers. The logic was quite simple. As long as people were around, leopards and other land predators tried to stay away. The monkeys began to get down to the ground more often, although they usually avoided this and generally acted in a more relaxed way. In addition, it seems like the animals were able to distinguish researchers from hunters and understood that they didn't pose any threat. You can even say that the monkeys used humans as a human shield.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the leopards never tried to attack the researchers.
a smart ass fucking monkey. Shit. I mean, what else do you want me to say? That's, you know what I'm saying? That was logical right there. That was logic. You know what I mean? Monkeys and primates, we be using logic sometimes. You know what I mean? Anyways, y'all let me know what you thought about that down in the comments below. That was very interesting. It was very informative. You know, it was kind of cool to like that it veered off of just the elephants, because that was kind of gross in the beginning. That was real gross, bro. it was pretty disgusting. Not gonna lie. But anyways, you guys let me know what you thought about that down in the comments below. What was your favorite fact out of this video? And yeah, catch you on in the next one. Peace.